Hey mama, welcome to your Purpose Pop-In. I'm Danielle, and this is your bite-sized boost to reset your mindset, release the chaos, and step back into your day with purpose and peace. Over the next few minutes, we'll get refocused, refreshed, and realigned. So let's get to it. Okay, mamas, I am really excited about today's Purpose Pop-In. On Thursday, I'm going to walk you through all of the steps, the things that we've talked about over the last 4 weeks, because we have unpacked a lot. There has been a progression to this. And if you have not listened to all 4 weeks, so actually kind of 5 weeks leading up to this, we really started when I was talking about rooting in God and how we need roots. We have to root in something, and how for me, that root, that like underneath the foundation of what we're building, for me is God. And you have to root in God. And sometimes when you are stuck, that was actually week number 2, right? When you're kind of stuck and you feel stuck in this cycle of overwhelm and you're stuck on autopilot. I don't know if you remember that episode, but we talked a lot about how your default becomes someone who you don't even recognize and who you definitely would not want to be defaulting to these actions that you are making. And they are really because you're overwhelmed, because you're stressed, because you don't have that root system, that foundation. And we talked about the next week renewing your mind and how our thoughts are super powerful, and how if we're not careful, those can get stuck in a place that is not helpful, that is not what we want to think, and how we can change that and actually renew our minds. And then we moved into how we don't have to earn our identity, right? You are worthy simply because of who you are, and how you don't have to earn that worthiness. And then last week, we kind of finished up with moving forward and looking forward, right? The tagline that I always have is we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there, right? And so we let go of that guilt. We let go of those things that are holding us back so we can step into the version of ourselves that we are meant to be. And I have another Bible quote that I want to share with you this week. This is Philippians chapter 3, verses 13 and 14. And it says, "Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." Now, the Message version of this same verse says, "By no means do I count myself an expert in all of this, but I've got my eye on the goal where God is beckoning us onward to Jesus. I'm off and running, and I'm not turning back." So this to me is so hopeful. This verse to me talks about that we have never arrived, right? Like no matter where you are in your journey, you are not arrived. Like I still, even though I'm doing this podcast and that I have walked where you have walked, I still don't feel like I have arrived, right? I am still looking forward, moving forward, always trying to grow and become a better version of myself. And so no matter where you are on that journey, you embrace where you are, right? We embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. We do not stay there. We need a goal. We need a prize. We need to not look back at the past, right? We need to focus on the future and the present, right? To be present in the moment, to embrace where we are, and then look forward and figure out where it is that we want to go. And no matter what our emotions are or our feelings are, or how our thoughts might turn back to that negative place from time to time, and how that self-doubt and that mom guilt and all of these things that we don't want to be at the forefront of our minds, they will pop up from time to time, but just know that that is okay, that is normal, and that God's got you, right? Go back to all of those verses that I cited in maybe week 2, I think, where I cited all of these verses of who God says you are, and let that be your anchor. And I want you to look forward and to dream, right? We talked about that a little bit last week, about what you want your mom life to look like, what you want your life life to look like, your family's life to look like. And I want to challenge you this week to think about, like, do you have a picture in your mind of the mom that you're becoming, like the one that you are meant to be? Do you have a picture of that in your mind? Can you picture her? What does that look like? Even if it seems far off, what does that look like? And I would love to help you to get there. I'm actually in the works of building a program right now to kind of help you with this. This is what we do in my coaching. And I've had a program in the past that was designed to walk you through this, but I'm kind of resetting that and redoing it right now, remodeling it, if you will. And it's in the works. So it will be rolled out soon, but it will help you with all of this so that you can walk through these steps, even on your own, right? And I feel like community is so important when you're in this. And so I'm thinking about creating a community around this. We've had that in the past on Facebook. I don't love how that goes. And so I'm looking for a platform outside of that to host this community where I will be able to support you and you can support one another. And so I would love to hear any feedback from you, what type of content you would be interested in me putting on something like that. I would love to hear that from you. Shoot me an email, Danielle@prioritizewithpurpose.com, or just go to my website and you can reach out to me through my website, prioritizewithpurpose.com. You can sign up for a coaching call there. You can download my free resources. But anyway, I'm excited about that. And so I just went off on a tangent, but I would love for you to let me know your thoughts on all of that. And I am super excited for Thursday, where we will walk through all of these last 5 weeks, and I will try to tie it all up in a bow so that you can really visualize. You can see the progression of what it might look like to go from where you are right now to where you are meant to be. And you can know that you are going to become her along the way. And it's not going to be something where you have to wait until you arrive, right, at some destination to be able to feel that fulfillment and the happiness and all of these things that I know you're longing for right now. So go to prioritizewithpurpose.com, prioritizewithpurpose.com, check out the resources, shoot me an email, and I will meet you right back here on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right here on Thursday. Keep smiling, y'all.